Good morning and happy Monday, y'all. I had no idea what I was going to talk about for my next video. I just kind of wait for inspiration to come my way, but this is just kind of popped up recently a few times in the past few days, and I think it's perfect for those of us that are currently in the midst of coronavirus. I live in New Hampshire, work in Vermont, and both school systems in Vermont and New Hampshire are closed for at least a few weeks. My job requires me to be out in the community a lot, so I will be working from home as much as I can these next few weeks. So it's very interesting times. But the thing that keeps coming up that I want to discuss is, how do I get my kids to stop fighting? Especially moms that all of a sudden are looking at 2, 4, 6 weeks at home with their kids. And are worried, concerned, struggling with how to get them to stop fighting. So my suggestion is collaborative play. So we find a lot competitive play, and you think most games are towards that end, towards somebody winning, one person winning. Candyland, Monopoly, so on and so forth, sports. But sports also have that collaborative element of it's one team against another team. So both competitive and collaborative. So that's an interesting element, but really more collaborative play. And this can kind of look like different things for your different ages of kiddos. A lot of like team building exercises that they do, even in corporations for adults, are collaborative. So that means like we're all individuals or groups of individuals working towards one big goal. So things that I am suggesting to my families currently are things as simple as making everything a game, down to setting the table and picking up. So how could setting the table be collaborative play? Well, the goal is getting the table set for dinner. That's everybody needs to work together in order to accomplish that. How you can make it a game is giving everybody a task or a few tasks, depending on how many children you have, or if you have one child. They're not going to be fighting with anybody else, but so this is going to require more than one child. But if you have 2 kids that are constantly fighting, Sally you are in charge of the silverware. Billy, you are in charge of doing the plates and the cups. They don't have to do it at the same time, but you can even set a timer and say, within the next 5 minutes, let's get this done. It can be even done at pickup time and stating, we are going to pick up this room together. Sally, you are in charge of picking up all the round and soft objects. Billy, you are in charge of picking up all the hard and square objects, or giving them a color if they're tiny, but really making everything into a task. Everybody has a task, so then they're busy focusing on what they need to do in order to get the task done as a whole, and they're not focused on what the other sibling is doing. This also can work great in the grocery store if there's constantly fighting or bickering in the grocery store. Even in the car on the way there, prepping and saying, and I'm just using these names. Sally, in the grocery store, you're going to be in charge of picking out the vegetables, and here is my list of vegetables, and these are the brands, even for an older kid. And Billy, you are going to be in charge of helping me to pick out fruits, or however you want to do it. Cheese sticks, dairy products, cereals, kind of whatever makes sense for your family. And this can look like, if the kids are old enough, sending them off in the store to get those things and bring them back to you, or asking them if they're like sitting in the car or walking next to you, saying, keep your eyes out for this. We're all walking down the butter aisle. Sally, do you remember what butter we were supposed to get? So really just making a game out of everything and taking the focus off of the other sibling and the bickering and what the other sibling is or isn't doing right, and really focusing on that child and what they're supposed to be doing. So I hope some of these things help. There's collaborative games that have been created. Pinterest is an amazing resource. There's things like you can do treasure hunts where kids have to work together to complete the treasure hunt. Escape rooms are a great thing for collaborative play, obviously more towards teens and adults, but you could get creative and do it for kiddos, where everything they have to do, they do it together. So building a tower out of cups, like red Zolo cups, I've seen that done where they have to work together. It's not a race. It's not who gets it done first. It's getting it done together. There's things like getting a hula hoop, having your two siblings or two individuals sitting together and get a hula hoop through their arm, over their body, and then through the other person's arm and over their body. So I hope these are just some helpful suggestions for getting through these next few weeks, potentially being home. And let me know if there's anything that you want me to talk about in kind of the realm of mental health and kids and that kind of thing.